Good evening, and what is up out there? I'm just kind of jumping on, having a little bit of fun at this point. We're going to keep it as unprofessional as possible, and I figured, what the hell, have a little bit of fun here. Got some information today, nothing too crazy. If any updates from last evening's show, I got my soundboard up and running, so I'm kind of excited about showing that off. Let's see if I can find some fun stuff here. I mean, it's probably more appropriate.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Yeah, that's probably true, and yeah, it is what it is. But I figured I'd kind of jump in here and talk about whatever. And again, throw some chat, any items that you want to talk about, any ideas, any thoughts, any gripes, whatever. I mean, this is the Pissed Off Parent Show. I know it's goes out to mostly the equal shared parenting crowd, and the groups out there, and we'd spend a lot of time talking about that. But it's pretty much it is the Pissed Off Parent Show. So it's as a parent or as an adult, anything that pisses you off, kind of bring it in there, and we'll see what we can do to have a little bit of fun with that. And I will be trying to use my soundboard appropriately.
Excellent.
I just love that. Again, for anyone who didn't get a chance to watch the show yesterday, soundboard guys, they were wanting like $500 to put that in there. I'm not going to pay that kind of money, so I coded my own and made it work. So actually, it's kind of cool. I'm using my iPad, remoted in, back end, and audio feeds and all that good stuff, and making it work. So I'm just kind of it's kind of fun. So all right, let me go ahead and start up, because I'm sure no one wants to listen to me blather on here. So we had, and as reported by, let's see, what group was it? I think Disruptive Media. Yeah, they kind of put some stuff out here on this. There's a bill that's actually going through the House right now that is proposing a constitutional amendment requiring payment of child support to be eligible to hold certain public elective offices. Others may beat around the bush, but we call this the anti-Jeff Younger bill. As you all know, and hopefully know who Jeff Younger is, he is the father, the biological father, mind you, of James, and the son, his son, I think he's 10 now, has been the subject of a nationwide, actually worldwide at this point, debate, discussion, whatever we want to call it, where the mother, who is a pediatrician, is trying to transition his son from a boy to a girl. And from the data that I've seen, against his wishes, and even if it was with his wishes, the kid's 10. It's just ridiculous that he could be. It's even a conversation. I mean, when I was a little kid, I wanted to be a pirate. You're not going to knock my eyeball out and cut my leg off to let me realize that dream, or I want to be a space cowboy, or whatever the heck I wanted to be. Ooh, I was thinking of the song there. Again, it's just that thing, and the fact that a Dallas judge has allowed this to happen, basically stripping all of his rights. They'll use some little things here and there, like, oh, we tried to give him rights, but he didn't really do it. Well, they were forcing him to, one, say that his son was a girl, not bring any of that stuff up, and basically getting him to knuckle under, using the thing he loves in the world the most, is child. It's garbage. We know it. And there's actually a bill to get that judge ousted, which I hope goes through. It's not going to see the light of day, but it's all the stuff that happens. But so this bill here, why I'm calling it the Jeff Younger bill, is obviously he's not paying his child support. I don't know what that number is. He's actually probably too busy paying the legal fees, which are in the, I think, $1 million range, somewhere around there, fighting this. So they're basically trying to do this to keep him. The GOP is doing this to keep him from getting into an elected office. And for those that want to see what the bill actually says, I went ahead and just pulled that up. So we'll throw it over here. And again, it's it's JR 54. And it's basically saying, and it's for different levels. You got senator, representative, on down the line for a number of public offices. And they all say roughly the same thing. They've has paid all the child support due and payable by the person, unless person has made all due payments under a payment plan. The child support is being contested or negotiated. The whole contest negotiated. I mean, aren't we all? Now, what I found interesting is the the people that are proposing child support bills and all that, these are the same people. Now let me pop these guys up here. This is the JJFI committee members, and I recognize a face or two because I made fun of them in a video the other day. The Capricorn Geo, whatever his name is, I made a little fun of him where him and 140 of his other buddies voted themselves an extra week of vacation during the session, which I thought was hilarious. Boy, I'm like trying to find a good thing. Oh, here we go. We'll just do this one.
I
just love this stuff. This is some fun stuff. I try to do what I can. I hope everyone likes it. Nope, guess not. Okay, so I'll continue on. But anyway, these are the guys that Dade Phelan has nominated to be part of that, and then of course Harold Dutton as the chair of that. I'm trying to see if they've named a co-chair. Boy, I remember Valerie Swanson from last go around. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything, and I'll go through each one of them, and we can see what their background is, what gives them the authority or the knowledge to justly look at any of these bills that are coming through and make decisions for these Texas families. So we'll look at that here in a bit. But okay, yeah, this is the Texas bill. Again, not professional, you get what you pay for kind of thing. So all I can say is
hang on, baby. Jesus is gonna get bumpy.
God, I'm having way too much fun with the soundboard. And again, I spent a lot of time coding it, so I'm gonna get my use out of it. So yeah.
All right.
All day. I'm gonna be doing this all day. All right, and I had a fun day at work, so I'm all like wanting to burn off some positive energy as I can. But one of the things I did, or one thing, let me see if I even have it. Let's see here. Oh yeah, here it is.
Rules for me, but not for me.
Oh, it played early. Darn it. Let's see if I can play it again.
Rules for me, but not for me.
Pause that so you can see it. This is the head of the JJFI who Dade Phelan has nominated, Harold Dutton, and the folks over at Disruptive Media put together some information to kind of talk about. This guy is presented three of the bills talking about child support and these things, but they did point out that via cause number 199226359, that he actually was held in contempt and had his license suspended for failure to pay child support. And it's just kind of weird that someone that did that is still doing it. Actually, I got some more information that I did a little digging on my own. Again, free information available to everybody, which I'll pull up here in a second. It's just very, very curious information that I found, and just things to talk about. And actually, let me pop the chat over here. This is one of those things that I do all these different things here. See, Steve is asking what rep proposed the bill. Let me get right to that one. So I believe it was Mr. Rogers. Rogers is the rep that proposed the bill. So that has that. The soundboard's louder than me. Okay, I need to. I'll have to change some items there. Let me see if I can do that live while we're on here. Let's see. I think I should be able to pull this down. No one's seeing the magic that I'm doing, so we'll see how that goes. That should hopefully change that around for everybody. Hopefully my voice is still saying the same. There's multi-channels. I'm doing all kinds of weird stuff behind the scenes to make this as entertaining as possible for you. Steve actually had another comment here. Ramos and Yave are no longer on the committee. And with Ramos, that would be a huge, oh boy, I'm trying to find the right word to use for Ramos, because she's having some challenges right now in her personal life around the area of child support and things like that. So it'd probably be kind of weird for her to be saying the things that she said. I think that there's a popular video out there right now that she's sitting there bragging about doing something with child support so she can put dads in jail or get them served and get them put in jail, and those words probably won't age well for her. I'll probably wait till a later time and make sure I get all my facts straight before I officially put out the word on that one. But it's one of those. I'm not a believer in karma, but boy, it makes it possible to really think that there's something, when these people open their mouths, that it comes back to haunt them within a short period of time. So maybe there is karma. Who knows? All right, where was I here? Okay, we got that. Oh, let me just kind of talk about some of the things I found here. So let me pop up the video so we have this to work with. So he was sentenced. He got a suspended sentence for contempt for not paying child support. I went ahead and did a little bit of digging here, and let me pull up my information again. Free of charge information out there, and so if you go out to the Harris County District Clerk office, you can actually register, get a free account, and then there's free information that's out there for all. I went ahead and just typed in the last three numbers. That's why that's highlighted there, and there's a lot of stuff here. For the divorce, that he had nothing big, but he went through a divorce. And then I found, let's see here. I believe this is the info again. Not professional at all, doing the best I can kind of thing. But I found what I kind of think is the contempt item here that's talking to that. So it looks like there's a motion to increase child support as well. And then here's the motion for contempt. So again, this is all public information. I'm not doing anything that's behind the scenes, although I've been known to. But yeah, you can gather information on that. Now, what I also found interesting, this actually, you know what, I'm gonna post this or pull this up. Yeah, okay, that's the second. I had more screens or more data on my other screens here. Is it actually gave that's that cause number that was presented. It actually pulls up his payment history, and this shows how much he was paying. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, seven. I'm just kind of like looking at it. So I guess he was either on a plan or something. It's like every kind of 15 days. I don't know. I just thought he kind of made a deal, because I'm thinking like the cheapest child support amount. I don't know if that's like roughly in that same range. If it was paying like full on whatever, but you can see, just the payment history on there. But you can, see, and there's also personal check and cash and all that. But anyway, that's again, free information out there. The big thing really is just how is it. And actually, I found a whole bunch of other stuff on there. I just invite people to go and find that information on your own. I was just kind of doing a quick dive into Dutton's past, and I stopped once I got just some base information. But anyway, Dade Phelan obviously felt that Harold Dutton would do a fantastic job in leading that committee and putting forth all kinds of information. And again, while I'm blathering on here and pulling up some information, please, comment. Actually, I also, I'm getting a lot of subscribers over on my personal channel, or not my personal channel, but on the YouTube channel. And I'm hoping to be able to take that kind of to the next level to start really pushing back to the legislators and different people. So if you have a second, if you can click the link to subscribe, all you gotta do is push one button, and that'll get you subscribed in. You'll get videos and updates, and when I go live and all that fun stuff, a heck of a lot better than the Facebook and all the other places that I'm at. So you can see me whenever I decide to jump in. But if you could do that, that would benefit benefit me, just knowing that I'm getting more numbers, and I can then hopefully one day, if I get enough, I can go and talk to these guys and say, hey, look, I've got X number of followers. And if you want, let's talk, versus going to them saying, I'm just one guy and you need to do the right thing. I've talked about it ad nauseum and on other shows. Hopefully it makes sense to share, subscribe to the YouTube channel and get those numbers pumped up. I'm trying to think. Oh, I can't even do the one. I want to do the money song, but it's just the that thing from Wolves of Wall Street where you're talking about I got to get those numbers up. I'll stop that because it's just one of those things. All right, let's look at our. So we got the chair, the vice chair, and then the rest of the folks here. So we've got. I think I just pulled one of them up. Let's just redo it here. So we got here Rep Reggie Smith. Let's see what his pedigree is. What gives him that qualification? So he was elected state rep in 2008. So he's been around 5 years, all in, and. Let's see. It's kind of like looking through. Oh, he's so he's a lawyer. I don't know if it says he's a family law attorney, but I can either say he is or he isn't. I mean, probably need to dig into that just a little bit. But it looks like he's already judicial. Okay, so he's considered. Okay, Smith has established himself as an advocate for conservative principles, protecting the unborn, lowering taxes, safeguarding Second Amendment rights, promoting individual liberty. Oh my God, it's like one of those. Give me the most common things that are going to light people up. Okay, and supporting our schools and teachers. Okay, yeah, sure, but. He's a lawyer. I'm wondering if he's a family law attorney. I mean, if anybody knows, they can do like a quick Google search and correct me or throw it out there that he is or isn't. I mean, if he is a family law attorney, again, actually, Jeff Morgan in yesterday's podcast gave the information that shows that if you have a conflict of interest being a family law attorney, you should not be participating in any of this. But when do our leaders actually follow the law? All right, then we got here John Busey III. Let's see what Johnny's up to. Let's see. Oh God, that was an accident. I can't believe I touched that for him. Hold on a second here. Let's see what he's doing here. John's honored. Okay. Oh, looks like okay. So he's a Democrat. Didn't Phelan say something like he wasn't going to put Democrats? I mean, again, I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat, Libertarian or whatever, but I thought it was like one of the planks or something that it was going to be, or it was a resolution that it was only going to appoint Republican people in different spots and all that. I don't know, but anyway, all right. So we got Democrat. Actually, may even have a better shot because we all remember. I say we all remember, and I can't remember her name. Oh boy, oh God, starts with a C, I think. But she's the one that took the Family Law Foundation, got a task about 2-3 sessions ago. And she was a Democrat, a staunch Democrat, and she did more for conservative values in that discussion there that I think all the Republicans put together. So, I mean, I guess I won't throw any shade on that one. Let's see here. Okay, talking about his family, liberal arts, public school teacher, small business owner. Okay. Doesn't really say what he does for a living. Missing it here. I don't see anything. All right, so he's just doing his thing. All right, let's just keep going then. I don't see anything that tells me anything more about him. Let's go to Mr. Dustin Burrows. Dust in the wind. Boy, I wish I had a sound thing for that. All right, so state rep Dustin Burrows. He was elected in 2014, so he's been around for a while. He's on the calendars committee. Well, that's a fun one. Okay, born in Lubbock. Finish shows pigs. Oh, I don't have a pig one. I have a cow one. Darn it, I can't use that. Man. Okay, all right. Graduated from Texas law. Okay, so he owns Burroughs Law Firm in Texas. So lawyer. It's kind of weird, we should do a count here of how many lawyers are in the legislature. All right, we've got a comment from Steve. Committee will meet to conduct an organizational hearing. Testimony will be invited only. By the way, Steve, I'm glad you brought that up because I do have that document. I wanted to talk. I wanted to kind of get through this and then pull up a little teaser, pull up some information to let you know just how transparent and open our legislative staff is. I do have that document. It's actually in there. So it's like It's like, oh wait, hold on. And where is it? Oh God, where is it? There we go.
Hang on, baby Jesus. This is gonna get bumpy.
There we go. But anyway, this guy here, lawyer. All right, so we got another lawyer. All right, now this guy, boy, I was clowning on him yesterday. That was kind of fun. I got to do more with him. He's one of the guys that voted himself a week off. In addition, and I think they're like in session for like 3 months. Like he only works 3 months out of the thing anyway, and he's voted himself an additional week. I mean, good night. Okay. He's was a senior vice president of an investment firm or managed loan equity portfolios and businesses. Okay, yada yada yada. All right, bunch of stuff there. Okay, so this guy is like investment firm guy. Okay, so he's finance. It's kind of always good to have someone on there. I don't like him. I mean, I don't know where the whole vote yourself a week off. All right, so we got this guy here, Rep Mano Diala. Okay, the energy sector, currently his first session. Okay, so he's a newbie. Appointed man, 16 board of criminal justice for his chair of the Business Finance Committee. Professional career is a senior partner at Buck Keenan LLP. He's a lawyer. Okay, so we got 3 lawyers. I hope someone's keeping an unofficial count. I'll use the I was going to say the fingering method, but that it would not be the best way to do it. I don't know.
That's what I'm talking about, moron.
Okay, God, I'm having too much fun with that. All right, so we got 3 so far, 3 lawyers. All right, so now we got Rep Christian Manuel or Manuel. That's one of those 2 first names. Oh, he's just like screw it. I'm just not going to submit a thing there, so I don't know. All right. So we don't know what he's doing. He's just there for the hell of it. He's like, whatever. I'm on it. All right. Okay, let's go to Rep Eddie Morales, lifelong resident of Eagle Pass, Step Rep, District 74, Public Service, State Rep, partner and member of the Management Board at Langley. Attorney at law, number 4. What can I do here? Oh, yeah, let's deal with this one.
Yeah, baby.
All right. Again, this is the Titanic. It's going down. I'm going to play the violin. I mean, I'm just going to have fun with this. And then Valerie is definitely not an attorney. And I say that just because I remember it from last time. Yeah, I mean, yeah. All right. Administration, Mill University, Canada. Oh, yeah, there's less campaign. Less campaign if fierce better. Okay, election cycle, normal. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, working so real estate agent type work type of thing there. Okay. All right. I wonder if she ever wanted to ask me out or something. Oh God, I hit the wrong one. I am so sorry. Again, having too much fun with this. All right, so we got 4. All right, so now we got Rep Hubert Bowe. All right, we got 4. Let's see here. Oh, he's a successful businessman, real estate developer, and entrepreneur. Okay, so education, all that fun stuff, and real business community needs collaboration. Yeah, maybe you can see the damage that these bills are going to do. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 divided by 4. Go with like a 40-ish percent here, 45%. Lawyers that are on there. Then, of course, we have Harold. So, yeah, we got like a 45, 50%, whatever we want to say that. Half of them are attorneys. That'll be, again, I don't know if they're family law attorneys. We'll make a guess because that's like one of the popular ones for this area. And it gets into why, if they are family law attorneys, why are they doing it? Now, while we're looking at this information, let me pull up the item that Steve was alluding to here a moment ago. Here we go. All right, so this is the chair, Harold Dutton. This is what he's decided to do. Again, our open thing here. Committee will meet to conduct an organizational hearing. Testimony will be invited only from the following agencies and organizations. Now, remember, before I read off the names, which I'm sure you're already looking ahead. This is the retroactive child support bill. This is the shared model. This is the having got a child support for public. So these are things not friendly to guys, normal people. So who's first up? Family Law Foundation. We're now. I'll have to search around for everyone. I think everyone's seen that little video I made. Let me see if I can find it, because I like to reuse some of using my stuff here. And let's see if I can find this thing. Probably not. Probably not. But if you've watched my other stuff here, you'll see that there was that famous picture with the head of the Family Law Foundation and Harold giving him a award, doing a presentation, an award for his efforts is the best thing I can say to it. Boy, I wish I had that video on hand. That's one of those things, having so many things out there. I probably need to update that, because I'll never know when I'll be having to do something else. But anyway, this is our open, transparent. This is what what we voted for. I'm trying to find. Let's see. I thought I had like one that was perfect. Oh yeah, here we go.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
That's all I can say for a lot of people here. Oh, see, Scott is asking, see, how can they restrict public access? Because they think they're gods, basically. I mean, they are able to do this, and it doesn't matter if there's a law or not a law that says that can't happen. They'll just do it. And there's no one around that's going to stop them, because everybody else is worried about whatever it is that's keeping them from being involved. I mean, the equal shared parenting community has been involved. I mean, I've been involved for 10 years since my unfortunate little time in there. Let's see here. Yeah, it says here you can attend, but the testimony. I mean, yeah, if you want to sit in the back or whatever. I mean, versus do that, you can go to the live broadcast and watch it, but you can't offer testimony to the committee. That the only people are going to hear from. And I mean, basically, they're the only ones that are going to have the mic here is the Family Law Foundation, the Office of the Attorney General, the Texas Juvenile Justice Department, the Texas Sunset Advisory Commission, and the Texas Council on Family Violence. Those are the four groups that are only going to be able to say anything. So when we talk about, maybe I should be specific, or if I push this down the wrong path, I apologize. Yeah, you can go there. You can drive down, Austin, take the day off or whatever, and sit in the back where you belong, or versus being able to say something about as a constituent, as a member of Texas, and say, I do or don't like X bill coming in. This is why it's good or bad. They've said, because when we had the HB 803 last session, we had 200 and something, 200 people go down there. Which, again, what this is really, I mean, they already had their minds made up last time. I mean, I've shown that screenshot that shows how they do things. So that's it. Now they're just like, you know what? I don't want to sit here until midnight listening to these stupid parents do that. I mean, the way this is how they think.
What we've got here is failure to communicate. Some men you just can't reach.
And that's kind of what it is. They're basically telling us that, we're not important. Skipped over the wrong one, bounced down there. Let's see. That's a setup from the jump with how they organized the committee. We were aware they would be shady. That's where it's at. So, when I talk about, let's see, they tell everyone, they're there till midnight, but everyone gets to testify. Yeah, they lasted until wee hours of the morning. The facts are, those 4 bills, one of those 4 bills is going to pass. I believe I pulled up, let me pull up Legiscan here so you can see, and you'll get it right from the horse's mouth here. where those are at. Let me just pop it over again. I'm unlike the legislators in full disclosure. Let's see here. Learn how to spell. Child support. Hopefully I spelled that right. So these are the Senate bill, and then the three. Yeah, I'm sorry, four. Four more. So we got four in the House, one in the Senate, which is a normal thing that will happen, or they'll file it two different places. I mean, we do the same thing for our equal shared parenting bills. That way, if one gets shot down, we'll at least have a whole other area. We're not stuck. But so we've got a total of five bills, one Senate, four House that are going through. These Senate bill is already at the Senate or at the Jurisprudence Committee. And then we have two that have, and you can probably bet your bottom dollar, the sun will not come out tomorrow, but these two will be heard on March 1st. And there'll be no one there that's going to say,
How about you?
So that is a lot of, what I have here. I don't know what else to do. I kind of say the same thing over and over. I'd like to get people involved. Again, I personally don't have a personal skin in the game unless I get sued. I get a letter in the mail. I think hopefully everyone saw that video of me getting a letter from the Office of the Attorney General on September 2nd, and being charged child support and retroactive child support and postpartum. And actually, I like to pull it up because I like people to read it, because it just means so much more when they actually read this stuff. Let's see here. That's a different one. That's the retroactive paternity and retroactive child support. Let's see, which one is it? This is Rogers. So yeah, the big one here, and just for everyone, all the naysayers, or that are like, oh God, he's just making this stuff up. I talked to Carnell Smith. Carnell Smith is a DNA coach. He is the guy that has passed bills in I don't know how many states that requires DNA testing. By the way, Texas ain't one of them. Go figure. But we all live on the air. It was on Saturday's Dad Talk Today show on Saturday. Sorry, I do so many shows. I'm doing so many things. I can't remember where I'm at, so I apologize. But I read all that to him, let him read it over and everything, and talk to him from a DNA perspective, from the fact that it doesn't have the DNA piece in that, and he's like, oh my gosh. And then I talked about the Section C here, the lost wages as a result of time spent receiving medical attention during gestation, delivery, and postpartum recovery, and his jaw dropped because, well, he knows what I've been saying for knows how long. He's like, oh my God, because he has been. His case went all the way to the Supreme Court. He has been involved with this. He knows how all this works. He knows how these bills are written, why they're written the way they're written, and all that. And when he read just that section alone, it scared the crap out of him. And we actually then explored how we're going to have a lot of satellite babies. And for those unfamiliar with the concept of the term of satellite baby, so if you have a state, again, and there's no residency in here, but let's just pretend for a moment it's the 6 months. When a woman, say out of state, she can move to Texas and do her thing and then sue for retroactive child support as the satellite. So it's one of those get ready. And so you're aware, these guys here, and again, I know him specifically, and the names, the rest of the names, well, aside from her, he's the one, again, the guy that voted himself a week of vacation. It already puts a thing in my head about the kind of person he is. Obviously doesn't want to work. And, just looking at it, I don't know what's of course in their hearts or in their minds, but roughly half of them are lawyers. When are they ever? When are they? Legal. Let's do the right thing. So yeah, it scares the crap out of me. Let's see. Steve's got a comment here. Let's pop that up. They had originally scheduled this for early this week. I'm not sure when the hearing was moved to March 1st. Well, and Steve, I'm just kind of just saying it. I'm assuming it may actually have already happened. It may be earlier this, or it may have already happened. I don't know. I'm just making that assumption. When I look at the invite and the who's invited to come. I mean, the Office of the Attorney General, the Family Law Foundation, the Family Violence, the Advisory Committee, and the Juvenile Justice Department. Relating to those bills and what I've seen filed for the Juvenile Justice Committee, I'm having to make that assumption. Yeah, for all I know, they've already met. I have no idea. I mean, I guess I can pop up the live video there and take a look at the recordings and pull those down and see what what bills are talking about. And yeah, if you get time, pop that up there and see what you think. It just doesn't look good. I mean, it's going to happen September 1st, 2023. This is when at least one of those 5 bills, I've been saying 4 for a while, 5 bills for retroactive child support go in. And I don't know, what it's going to be something. It's going to. I'm trying to find funny ways to make this, better. I don't know. I mean, yeah, that's kind of all I got. If anybody has any suggestions or ideas, please put them in the chat. At this point, I think it's a done and sealed thing. There's not anything we can do just to prepare for it. I was watching a interview today where a gentleman, because he wanted to prevent this from happening. This was a few years ago. He went through a divorce. He went ahead and got the SNP. And again, we're talking Texas here, so this is not going to be a foolproof or whatever. I'm just trying to find ways to mitigate damage. But what he did is, after he got his divorce, he decided, I think the phrase he used was, he spread his seed like a seed spreader. And lo and behold, a few women, did the "I'm pregnant" nonsense with him. Well, he had 6 months or a year prior to that gotten the old snipper and got his doctor to sign off on it, and all that. And so he had that with him. So when the young innocent lass got a hold of him and said, you are the father, he's like, there's no way. She, of course, took him to court. He said,
I'm your huckleberry.
yeah, I mean, he said that, sure. He goes in, shows his documentation, and for some reason get the DNA, something with, I don't know why she didn't want the DNA to get put out there. Oh, I'm sorry, we all know why she didn't want the DNA to get put out there. But he was able to get presented into evidence his vasectomy records that showed that there was just no way possible that it happened. So the judge actually dismissed it. Now, again, this isn't Texas. We know where Texas is at. I'm just thinking of ways to mitigate, and they're not very good ways. And then, actually, oddly enough, he said he was pulled back into court like 3 or 4 months later from a different young lady that said that it was only him. There was nobody else, so on and so forth. The judge actually recognized him from his previous time in court and threw the case out. So that he got lucky, because we know here in Texas that's not going to happen. And again, for the folks that are still, for some strange reason, living in that delusional world, boy, trying to think what's a good one I can do here. Let's see, but no, that's not going to do it. All right. I need to get all these set up here, or I have them set up. I got to get better with doing all this while we're waiting. I mean, trying to come up with something here. But there was actually 2 stories this past weekend. One was a gentleman out of Michigan, and he was said, and actually did a video of news and all that on it. His wife got a letter in the mail. He's happily married. wife got a letter in the mail from the Office of the Attorney General, their equivalent in Michigan, saying that he's the father. He needs to start paying child support, X amount of dollars. Of course, the wife calls the husband and, what's going on here? And so he drove, I think, 2 hours with his wife, there to the DNA testing site, which was actually out of the way on purpose for some reason. But he went ahead and, did that. And the mother never showed up to court to do the DNA test. And I believe he's still fighting it, or maybe again, it was on the show. If you watch Dad Talk Today, the Saturday edition, we call it the Return of Cupcake. That it'll have that segment in there. We actually, I think, talked about it right up front. I recommend. I should have probably had that in one of the links here. But if you go to Dad Talk Today on YouTube and go to the Return of Cupcake, which was Saturday's episode, you can watch that one. But I believe he's still fighting that one. Another one, even more ridiculous, but gaining ground, is a young man. He had just graduated college out of Ohio, and he got a letter in the mail from the Office of the Attorney General of Illinois telling him that he's the father and he needs to pay child. And all this fun stuff is happening, and he told them, "I've never been to Illinois." He has never stepped foot in Illinois. And they're trying to nail him for child support, and all those fees and everything that you will spend, all that time, they're on you. You can't recover those from the mother or from the woman that's accusing you. So September 1st, 2nd, when all this stuff comes down the pipe, if you're able to successfully, and I do say, and Cardinal agrees with me, you do have to fight it, because if you don't, you're going to end up. You're going to end up with 18 plus years, and the 9 months, and the postpartum fees, which will never end, and all those other costs and expenses if you don't try to fight it. Again, this is going to be a cash for the state of Texas. Well, the state of Texas, not the people of Texas, but. You'll have to fight. You won't have a choice. You can't just run away from it, because they will, as everyone here knows, you will not win this one. The only thing I can think of is, snip, snip. And I'm not a doctor. I'm just trying to think of ways. And if anyone has better ideas outside of moving out of the state, which I have friends of mine that are considering it. But if you have better ideas, I'm thinking snip, snip. MGTOW, men going their own way. Keep a recorder on you 24/7. I'm assuming most of the people here already have at least one recorder with them 24/7 to make sure that nothing bad happens, or at least they can try to defend themselves. And then I guess keep a couple $1,000s sitting in your bank account for when you get accused. And again, it's not going to be someone. It could be anyway. If someone comes in and cleans your house or something, or you see someone and they get your name and address or something, they could conceivably do this. And we're getting stories from across the country, and we've had those where that's actually happened a lot. And the way it will work is you will, if you fight it, and I suggest you do, all that time and effort and damage to your person. Because again, if you're married or you have a significant other, this will probably destroy your relationship. And then after it's all over, when it's found that you are not the father, then it's, again, I'm assuming that's why the Texas Council of Family Violence will be there. Then, we can't scold the woman and, how dare us. And you'll still probably be responsible for the court costs. That's how that'll work too. All right. I've been blathering on. I'm trying to have some fun with it. Here's some other, I got to throw some Cartman in here. Again, I'm just having fun at this point. I hope y'all are too. And if it's not fun, I apologize. It's a work in progress, just like me. All right, I'll stop that one. Well, it's all I got here. I'm not seeing really a whole lot in the comments. Like, share, subscribe on the YouTube channel. It's 2 button clicks. clicking the item and then clicking the confirmation, and that will increase the numbers. And it's not self-serving. I'm trying to get numbers so I can go talk to legislators and say, I've got X number of people that are going to tell you this, do it. That's all I can think of. And if any of you guys have a smarter, better idea, please. Oh, wait. Steve is. Oh, right. We got Steve asking their question. Why are you thinking the bad bill is such a done deal? Should we not be bothering our Texas senators and reps to oppose it? Yeah, you can do I like to call it the dead cat bounce. I mean, with what they've done here, yeah, that's what I've been saying for I think the last couple weeks when these bills started getting introduced is to contact your legislator and let them know this is a crap bill and what's going on. So yeah, I mean, it's one of those. It makes sense, to at least try to do that. My issue is that the numbers that we have, because again, thinking about logistically, if let's say 100, I'll be more than nice here and say 100 people contact Brian Hughes, let's say. He was one of the main authors, I think, of the first one. I think it was the Senate bill. Actually, I made a video about him. Let's see here. I mean, you're going to get to see all the behind the scenes stuff. Oh, my goodness. Let's see. Live. Where is he at? Yeah, I'm going to see. Yeah, here we go. This guy here, yeah, 25 views. And I think I made a couple more. Here we go. Yeah, hates dads. Yeah, 3 weeks ago, I'm telling people to go ahead and contact their legislators. If 100 people, let's just say, call Brian Hughes and tell him, he's a jerk, and I'm summarizing it, or summarizing what should be said, that you oppose the bill, why, blah, 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 blah. Do you think he's going to do anything? Again, he didn't wake up yesterday and decide to write this bill. This was done money-making scheme, Title 4D. I mean, all those things. This is all about money. This is not about what's right. And for people that aren't in that headspace, I need to get you there as soon as possible, because they don't care what you think. They don't. They care about votes. Brian Hughes, if 100 people contact him and tell him to not do it, or he's not going to be reelected, he doesn't care. He's got so many people bamboozled. No one cares. I mean, these jokers just voted themselves a week off, and no one did a damn thing. It's a joke. But if 100,000 or 1,000,000 or 10,000 or a large number of people all contacted him and said, "Hey, don't do this or you're losing out." And it's also, these guys aren't listening to reason. I mean, think about it. He knows the numbers. He knows the data. I mean, hell, Jeff Leach, he has been, him and Americans for Parental Equality. He has talked to the leaders at Americans for Parental Equality and other groups for years. He put a bill through to do retroactive child support. That tells you exactly where their minds are. They don't care. They don't want to listen to reason. They don't want to hear they don't want to hear a story. They don't want to hear the numbers and the damage to children. They know all of this information. This is not I was confused, I didn't know what's going on. They know exactly what's going on here. The only thing they're going to respond to is losing their jobs. And again, if anyone wants to disagree, please throw it in the comments. I'll throw it up there and we can talk about it. They don't care. Again, they voted. I mean, it's one of those. They voted themselves a week of vacation, and I believe Hughes was on that list that voted himself a week of vacation. They don't care about us. They could give two shits. Let me find a good. Let's see here. Oh wait, I think I do know of one. And oh, come on. This is the problem with having too many of them. All they want is, oh, come on, moving this around. You can see my bifocals going here. Here we go. This is, I think, the one. This is all they care about. Show me the money! That's all they care about. The money. And I don't know if you guys have a spare mill laying around. I don't. So that's not going to do it. So, because again, the lobbyists, all the money, I mean, go to followthemoney.org and see how much money they're dumping, how much money is behind all this. Yeah, they're not doing this to help. I mean, let's let's do the trail here. And again, I could be wrong on some part, none, whatever. Conspiracy theory. Get my tinfoil hat out. Title 4E. That's the whole CPS thing. Texas lost millions of dollars this go around recently, those federal funds, because they didn't put the Family First program. And that's out there in the news. I've reported on. I'm not going to spoon feed again. You can go back and check that out. But they've lost millions of dollars on that, so they've got to figure out how to recover that shortfall. And this is just the Title IV part of it. We're not talking about the money that the lawyers are making and all the other cottage industries are going to make off this. These are all lawyers. Hello, I mean, this is all. I mean, this is all that. But so they have the Title 4E thing. They've got to figure out a way to make more of that money. Title 4D is a cash cow. I mean, again, $80 million bonus check, millions of dollars in recovery funds. Let's see what else we got. I mean, hell, the credit card, the interest. Of course, they throw your butt in jail. They get the money off of that. I mean, there's all this stuff here. I got to do another one here. I mean, well, now I won't do that one. Got so many here to use. That's one of the problems of having too many on there. But this is all. I mean, I would argue with anyone. What reason does Brian Hughes have for writing a bill? Let me just pop this bad boy up here. That's Rogers. Let me, because someone's going, well, what about so and so? All right, here, this is Hughes's. So he wrote this bill. What reason would he have for writing this bill? Money. I mean, it's not to help. It's not to help children and not to help poor mommies and stuff. I mean, this has been around. I mean, they've lost money. They got to figure out how to make money. And the guys here, we're the idiots. We're the ones that are going to knuckle under and do this. Because we do it every time. We knuckle under every single time. We don't fight these people on any of this stuff because we'll keep letting them do it. Just keep on doing it. They play their games. I've shown how this is all games. The only thing I can think of that's going to fix this and stop them from proposing these bills is to get a couple of them to lose their job. Oh, we got one here from Nozzle 1974. Part of the plain discretion of American society. Oh yeah. I mean, read 1984. I mean, look. I mean, destruction of the family is how they do it. I mean, that's all great societies are built on the family, and that's how they destroy it. For you Bible thumpers out there, go back and read your Bibles and look at how they did it. I can sit here and talk about that all day long as well. But if you're not a Bible thumper, let's go over to the look at logistically, look at all the societies and look at, I mean, again, go back, watch the video that shows how all this happened and how it got where we're at today. These guys are just in it for the money. That's all they care about. They're not in it for the kids. They're not in it for you. They're not in it for anybody but themselves. And if that's not apparent, I don't want to tell you, I wish I had like a thing here. Boy, God, there's so many. I don't know what I can do here. Yeah. And it's going to be the folks that are paying child support now that have kids that haven't aged out. I mean, I'm in a different situation.
Can't touch me. Can't touch me.
Yeah.
Just like the bad guy from Lethal.
All right. I'm having too much fun with that part of it. But yeah, I mean, seriously, guys, it's a multi-million-dollar business. These guys have been entrenched for years. They've got the Family Law Foundation. Don't believe me. Go look up how much they make, how much they pull in. There is just so much money here. Go back and watch previous bill times that HB 803, for God's sake. Yeah, HB 803. Go back and watch the video on how all this worked. Every single time we tell them it hurts kids, it hurts all these people. The numbers, I mean, it's anyone with an ounce of common sense knows that this is bad all the way around, then why would they do it? Money. And what they're scared of, aside from an uprising, which we all know will never happen, but is losing their jobs. That's I mean, I'm doing a little bit of whatever, and I'm making fun of these idiots. Hopefully, I can embarrass them enough and get that out there. Whatever. Of course, that relies on folks sharing the content and all that, because that's the only way the algorithm and all that stuff works. Yeah. Oh wait, Steve. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have to kill this one here too. I'm pretty sure my senator and my representative have young sons. Those sons are well, no, they're not. I mean, again, they're going to make sure it's rules for thee. Here, let me let you listen to this here.
Rules for thee, but not for me.
These guys are going to make sure that they're covered every single time. I mean, you got Rep Niave. This chick just nails a tree. Drunk driving, family law attorney rep, nails a tree. She gets a $500 fine, has to do some BS, don't drink and drive nonsense, and then off scot-free. I mean, no, these guys are going to protect their own. It's all the buddy system. I mean, we have, we've got guys that are getting busted, drunk drive. I mean, hell, fuck, I'm getting ready to start cussing. Go look up Harold Dutton's DWI thing. I mean, don't believe a damn word I say. Go look up Harold Dutton's DWI thing and see what happened. Look up his child support. I mean, these guys are going to protect themselves. These guys don't care. I mean, I get the whole, if you talk to your representative and say, hey, what about your son? And that's a great conversation. I mean, it beats the hell out of, let me tell you my personal story, because they don't care. If you put it to them as, your son, but at the end of the day, they are going to make millions of dollars off of this. They all know the game. They all know what's at stake here. They have got to rake those Title 4D funds in. If they want to get reelected, they've got to make sure they're getting all the donations and all the other stuff coming in. That's the only way this is going to work for them. And hearing a bunch of dead broke, dumb dads whining about the oppression. I mean, we've been whining for decades about this crap. We've been telling them nonstop the damage they're causing. They don't care. I mean, again, you'd have to be, Mr. Magoo here not to see the damage that's happening to society. And what's funny, here's going in not a whole different direction, but taking this out a little bit. Our numbers, I mean, right now, 54% of all babies born to millennials are single moms. Boys, 60% of boys aren't in a relationship and have zero desire to get in one. Smart guys. Marriage, going down. And that's why they're introducing these dumbass tax bills wanting to promote marriage. Juice ain't worth the squeeze, guys. I mean, for a young man, the dumbest thing I'm going to go on the record. I wish I had a thing here. The dumbest thing a guy can do is get married or get a girl pregnant. It is the two of the dumbest things they could do. And if you're already in the trap, you're pretty well hosed. All you can do is try to make it better for the future generations, and tell them, don't get married, do not date, do not get a girlfriend, do not get a girl pregnant, don't do any of that nonsense. I mean, God bless America. We've got to wake up. Got to wake up. I don't know where people are and their walk and all that stuff, but believing that our legislators, I mean, from what we have just seen in the last few years, I'm gonna put the eyes in the last few years, do we honestly believe any of these? God, I'm trying not to cuss here. Any of these people give two shits about any of us? Zero. There may be one or two, and it's not who you're thinking of. I mean, okay, I've said that before, Mays Middleton. The jury's still out on him. He seems like a nice guy. He, put forth HB 803. He's trying to introduce a bill to end the tax-funded lobbying. I mean, really, taxpayer-funded lobbying? This is where these people care about us, and they have this exists. Not that we have to actually have a bill that's going to stop doing it. I mean, that part's, let's get a bill to stop that nonsense. Because we're basically, for those in the back here, we're basically submitting. I mean, your taxes are paying for bills to hurt you. See, Nosley, yeah, actually, it looks like we got a red pillar here. I need to get a red pill thing to pop up on the screen if I don't already have one. It all starts at the hospital. Don't sign the birth certificate. Don't sign with my last son in 5 years and nothing from child support. Yeah. I mean, this old guy giving advice, it's like actually 74, you're 48, so you're kind of right there. Your hair is almost as gray as mine, but yeah, okay. If they really cared about retroactive child support and helping children, okay, let me just bottom line or bottom shelf this stuff here. They would require DNA evidence, and here's why. The birth certificate, which is the legal document and the document that they all pull from. If they cared about the children, they would require DNA on that to then, if that child has a medical condition, they'll know the medical background of the mom and the dad. And they can then, if the dad has high risk of cholesterol, cancers, whatever, that would aid in that, and that would make sense. Why is there no DNA requirement? You want to know why? Because we have a number of reports. Carnell Smith has said it a number of times, 33% of all DNA tests come back as the father is not the father. Why? Yeah. I mean, that's why. I mean, come on. I don't know how much tinfoily hatty I can get here. This is all by design, and the only way this is going to change is if we scare them enough to start making some changes. They're not going to willingly do this because they're like, we're all a bunch of idiots, and we're going to just suck it up, take it in the poop chute, and go about our day think about the frog boiling. You put the frog in, he doesn't jump out because you warm the water up over time. That's what I mean. This is gonna be a microwave, because September 2nd is going to be interesting. But oh god, I don't know. I get so passionate about this. I mean, I'm out of it. I mean, I get child support. I don't. It's not an issue for me. I've got the V. I got my documentation, and not a chance in hell. And I'm not rich, so that shouldn't be too much of a challenge for me. But for everybody else, you guys are hosed. I mean, this is it. Yeah, Steve also commented here, the truth is not profitable. It's not. Yeah. I mean, 141, the 96% of the folks that we voted for voted themselves a week of vacation. I keep going back to that because it's just like to hammer it home how much they don't give a shit about you people. They don't care about anybody but themselves. They're in session 3 months, and they voted themselves a week off. But they'll campaign and tell you we work hard. Okay, what part of conservative values is I'm taking a week off paid for the hell of it? You tell me. I'm 50. I'm obviously from a different generation than y'all, because that's not how my generation, and I'm sure some lazy schmoes out there, but me, I work. My job is to work and provide and do the right thing. I don't know I assume Naslo 1974 is 48, so he's a Gen Xer. I don't know about anybody else here. Maybe that's a generational thing. I don't know. And again, the folks that are in there, I mean, I was looking at them. Let's see. Let me pull these. I mean, I'm not really good at guessing ages, but it looks like that's from the 80s. So yeah, she's probably my age. Yeah, these guys are all they could all be. I got some. Yeah, I may have some Gen Xers in there. Okay, so I stand corrected. I mean, I guess this Gen Xer um, believes in hard work. I mean, I work. I try to do this. I try to share stuff. I try to help people out. These guys think it's in their best interest to take a week off in an already in a 3 month job that meets every 2 years. I mean, and why is it? I mean, why the hell is 5 bills, 4 in the House, 1 in the Senate? Why not the hey, let's do a bill to equal shared parenting, which isn't coming yet. People keep saying they're going to do it. Actually, David Cook, which I'm sure he probably won't want to do it now. Well, he never intended to, but he told us last session that he was going to write the first one, and got it. You know, it's not out there, not filed. Best of my knowledge, probably won't be one. But we've got retroactive child support. I mean, boom, just jumped on it. And you guys, and anyone that possibly thinks that these yahoos give two shits about you, oh boy, I'm trying to. Here it's
Want to play a game?
I mean, that's the best I can come up with now. All right, I'm blathering on. I don't want to lose everybody more than I already have, guys. Sign up, subscribe to the channel. I mean, if I can get enough, here's the deal: if I can get enough people, I will go to these yahoos myself. I'm not scared of these punks. I will go to them. I will go to Austin. I will call them up. I'll do whatever, and but me calling them up and telling them I don't like you, I think you're a piece of trash and you're scamming families, and if you don't do it, you're not going to have a job. I mean, they're going to throw me in a loony bin, and I should go. But if I call up and go, hey, I run Pissed Off Parent, I've got 1 million followers behind me that I will tell them tomorrow. I'm sorry, I will tell them at election time not to vote for your goofy ass. What do you think will happen then? I'm hoping a lot more than what's happening right now. That's the cold hard facts. I got nothing else. So with that, I am going to try to enjoy the rest of my evening. I hope I've been at least somewhat entertaining. I know I went off on a rant. I'll do better. I'll try to do what I can. Anyway, hope everybody has a good rest of your day. Like, share, subscribe. Get that stuff out there. Get in the conversation. Start having the conversations. I mean, we can do this. We just got to get off our asses and do something. It's not going to be one person that's going to get this done. I'm not Superman, and neither are y'all. But if we get enough people together, I know we can do it. Get enough people together, get off your asses, and do something. We can make a change. All right, guys.